Welcome to today's podcast. In today's episode, we bring you a heartfelt story about love, family, and the passage of time. Forgotten Love follows an elderly man reflecting on his life, his beloved wife Jessica, and the children he worked so hard to raise. Ready? Let's begin.
I am an old man now. My hair is gray, and my hands are weak. Every day I sit by the window and watch the trees outside. The wind moves the leaves gently, and my mind drifts to the past. Memories come like waves. Some make me smile. Others bring tears. I once had a wonderful wife, Jessica. She was kind, beautiful, and always had a warm smile. Her smile made even the darkest days feel bright. We had 3 children, 2 sons and a daughter. I worked hard every day to provide for them, wanting to give them a life better than the one I had. Jessica took care of our home, cooked delicious meals, and helped the children with their schoolwork. Our house was full of laughter and love. As the years passed, our children grew up. They made friends, went to school, and spent less time with us. I understood they needed to explore life, but it still made me sad. Jessica would always tell me, "They love us. They will come back." I believed her. Then, one day, Jessica fell ill. She became weak and stayed in bed for weeks. I took care of her, made her favorite meals, and sat by her side. I told her stories to make her laugh, but her strength faded. One evening she looked at me and whispered, "Take care of our children. They need you." That night she closed her eyes and never opened them again. My heart shattered. The house, once full of love, became quiet and lonely. I hoped my children would stay with me, but they were busy with their own lives. They visited less and less. One day, they sat me down and said, "Dad, you shouldn't live alone. It's better for you to stay in a home with other elderly people." I wanted to refuse, but I saw no other option. My heart ached, but I nodded and went with them. Now, I live in a place called Golden Years Home. It is clean and quiet. Other elderly people sit in their chairs, lost in thought. Some talk to me, but most of the time I am alone. The nurses are kind, but they are busy. They bring me food, give me medicine, and sometimes smile at me. Every morning I wake up early and watch the sunrise from my window. For a moment, I feel peace. But as the day continues, the emptiness returns. I think about my children. Where are they? Are they happy? Do they remember me? I recall the times I carried them on my shoulders, took them to the park, and played games with them. I worked long hours to buy them clothes and toys. I taught them to ride bikes and helped them with their homework. My hands were tired, but my heart was full. They were my joy, my life. But now they are far away. They call sometimes, but their voices are hurried. "How are you, Dad?" they ask. Before I can answer, they say, "We're busy. Take care." I understand they have their own families, but still, I wish they would visit. One day, a nurse gave me a notebook. "Write your memories," she said. "It might help." At first, I didn't know what to write. My hands shook as I held the pen. But then, the words came. I wrote about Jessica, her soft voice, her laughter. I wrote about my children, their first steps, their bright smiles. The notebook became my friend. Every night I wrote before going to bed. It felt like I was speaking to someone, sharing my love and pain. I hoped one day my children would read it and understand how much I loved them. But sometimes I wonder, will they ever read it? Or will they forget me completely? The days in the home are the same. Breakfast at 8, lunch at 12, dinner at 6. Between meals, I sit by the window or in the garden. The garden is small but beautiful. Roses, daisies, and tulips bloom there. Sometimes I watch the birds. They sing and fly freely, and I wonder, do they feel joy or loneliness, like me? One afternoon, a young boy came to visit. He was the son of a nurse. He smiled and said, "Hi, Grandpa." His smile reminded me of my son when he was little. The boy sat beside me and asked, "Do you have any stories?" I nodded and told him about my childhood. I spoke of the village where I grew up, the green fields, and the river where we swam. I told him about my best friend, how we climbed trees and played hide and seek. His eyes grew wide with excitement. For a moment, I felt alive again. When he left, I was happy but also sad. I wondered, do my grandchildren even know about me? Do they know how much I miss them? One evening, I asked a nurse if I could call my eldest son. She handed me the phone and my hands trembled as I dialed. He answered after a few rings. "Hello, Dad?" he said. His voice was distant. I told him I missed him. He sighed and said, "I'll try to visit soon." But his words felt empty. That night, I couldn't sleep. I held my notebook close and whispered, "Jessica, if you can hear me, please tell our children to come. Tell them I'm still here, waiting." Days turned into weeks. I waited by the window every afternoon, hoping to see my children's car arrive. Each time I heard a car engine, my heart jumped, but it was always someone else. My hope grew smaller, but it never disappeared.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. As we come to the end of this heartfelt story, let's take a moment to reflect on the lessons we've learned. Lessons from the man's story. Cherish your loved ones. Time moves quickly, and we never know how long we have with the people we love. Don't wait to show them you care. Family over everything. Work and responsibilities are important, but nothing is more valuable than the time we spend with family. Aging can be lonely. A simple call, a short visit, or even a letter can mean the world to an elderly parent or grandparent. Memories are a treasure. Writing, photos, and storytelling help keep the ones we love alive in our hearts. Love comes full circle. Parents care for their children, and one day, those children must return that love and care. Useful phrases and vocabulary from today's story. My heart shattered, feeling deep sadness. Tears filled my eyes, becoming emotional, close to crying. A small spark of hope, feeling a little bit of hope in a sad situation. They visited less and less. Over time, people stopped coming as often. Oh, if you can hear me, please tell our children to come. A touching plea hoping to be remembered. Before we go, ask yourself this. When was the last time you called your parents or grandparents? Have you told someone you love them today? Maybe today is the perfect day to do it. That's all for this episode. Thank you for listening, and until next time, take care and cherish the moments that truly matter.